Hello, everybody. This is Daniel Gill, the VP for WOLFF Tools. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to attend this webinar on our new cordless tool line. There's going to be three of us presenting. We're going to start with Keith Boland, who's going to present the junior stripper. Then we're going to go on to Justin Kostick, who will present the Piranha. They will tell you which territory they represent, which distributor they represent. And then for those of you in those territories, you'll know who to contact. And the contact information will be at the last slide. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. Excuse the lag. There we go. You can look at all of our products on our website. We have a digital catalog. It's a flip book, very easy to maneuver, so you can look at all our other products. We are on social media. As some of you probably see periodically, we do try to post as often as possible. This is where all the tools come from, in Ilsfeld, Germany. That's where everything that we sell machine-wise is manufactured. Justin Kostick is going to talk about the junior stripper. Keith Boland is going to talk about the junior stripper now.
Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Keith Boland. As Dan mentioned, I'm with WOLFF Tools. I live in Austin, Texas. Responsibility is Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi. My partner, Dennis Bergstrom, which unfortunately is not able to attend today due to a scheduling conflict. We cover that geographical area, and we cover the responsible for professional flooring supply and also BIXCO. Anyway, welcome everyone. Just want to take a few minutes to talk about the new junior stripper. We're extremely excited about it. This is a cordless junior stripper. It comes with two 18-volt lithium batteries. The run time is 30 minutes. The charge time is 30 minutes. It also obviously comes with a 120-volt charger. The charger itself has a timer on it, basically letting you know how many minutes is left until it's fully charged. The junior stripper comes with a carrying case, 5 blades, carrying protection, a blade cover, safety gloves. And the weight of the junior stripper is just slightly over 6 pounds. And the blade width is 5 inches. The RPMs, which is important, it's 8,500. And this is a brushless junior stripper, cordless. And it's great for those tight areas. If you're working in a closet or in a bathroom, between a cabinet and a bathtub, if you've ever installed those extremely tight areas, you want something pretty small and something pretty quick, and this fits that bill. You can also obviously use it in a stairwell if you're taking up adhesive, all steps and risers. To increase your productivity time, it comes in handy. It's great in kitchens under toe kicks, those tight areas. After you've used your WOLFF turbo stripper, if you want to get a little bit closer to the cabinets and on the toe kick, this is where this would come into play. You can use it to remove, once again, adhesive, carpet, LVT, VCT, and obviously vinyl sheet goods or rubber sheet goods in small areas. It's just a neat little machine. We've been doing some testing, Dennis and I, and it's been extremely well received. Anywhere from the small retailers even up to the large contractors. For productivity is obviously is money. Time is money. So they're looking forward to the formal introduction of this product. So we're going to have it pretty soon. That pretty much wraps it up, Dan, unless you think of something I may have missed.
Yeah, I'm going to add 2 things. One is the batteries also have an indicator. You push the battery button, it shows you how much life is left to the battery, which is a nice feature. And these tools run until the battery is completely dead. It's not like the machine is going to run slow. It's going to run full speed until the battery is completely dead, and then it's going to stop. And then you swap out your battery, charge that one, and start again with your fully charged battery.
Thank you, Dan.
Okay.
And I guess we'll move on to Justin.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the next presenter, everyone, is Justin Kostick, my counterpart, and he's going to be going over the Piranha. So Justin, it's all yours.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone. My name is Justin Kostick. I'm from small town Terryville, Connecticut, and I cover most of the Northeast and New England. My distributors are J.J. Haynes, Belknap White, and Best Floor. So the Piranha, we call it door jam saw, but it is a little bit more than that. It's great for cutting around doors. You can get up to 2 inches deep with their blade, and your height can go from anywhere from 1/4 of an inch up to 1 inch high. You can adjust that with the dial on the side as well as the dial on the back for the depth. It's also great if you're doing hardwood installations. You can butt your wood actually against the walls, and then in the end, once you're done nailing it, you can come back with this saw, flip it upside down, and actually cut your expansion joints into the wall for your hardwood or your engineered woods, stuff like that. So it is a door jam saw, but it can be used for other things. One of the greatest things about this tool is it's very, very safe. Your blade is always within this safety guard unless you're pushing it into the door jam or whatever it is that you may be cutting at. As soon as you pull the saw back from the wall, your blade will retract back into the safety guard as well. I've said it many times, this is the first undercut saw that I've handled that I've never been fearful of because of the safety revolved around that box around the blade, which is a great tool. This comes with 2 batteries as well. They both have the indicators on them as well. That tells you if you're full battery, low battery. Some of the other things is one of the great little notes about it is this saw is about half, a little bit more than half of the weight or less than weight of the competitor saws. So some of the competitor saws could be anywhere from 20 to 30 pounds. This one is 11 pounds. So it is definitely lighter than some of the competitor saws out there. You also have an attachment that you can use a bag to suck up all your shavings. And we also sell an attachment where you could put onto there that you can hook this up to one of our vacuums as well. Pretty much it's 11,500 RPMs, 18 volt as the others are, and it comes in a nice case that everything fits in really well. For me, that's pretty much it, and we have a video that we're going to show you here for this saw as well.
Okay, and also you can use this to cut drywall at the bottom. Sometimes drywall hangers like to rest the drywall on the floor in a basement, even though they're supposed to suspend it.
Yes.
I used it in my basement because I wanted to self-level it, and the drywall was all the way up against the floor. So I set the height and cut the drywall.
Yeah.
If it hits a nail, it's okay, as long as you're not doing it too much. They are carbide tip blades, so they can handle the staples and the finish nails that are used sometimes at the bottom. If it hits a screw, that's probably not so good, but there's generally not screws at the very bottom.
And then there is a feature too, Dan, that if you do hit something and it binds the blade up, you have the option to lock your power switch on. If you hit something and it binds the blade up, it'll actually turn the saw off, and then you'll just have to reset your switch just by pulling it back and restarting it again. So
nice. I'm going to show a video.
Hey, Justin.
Go
Yes,
ahead,
sir.
Keith.
Yeah, excuse me. I just had a quick comment. Ironically, can you still hear me?
yes, sir.
Yeah, Dennis and I had a turbo presentation up in Belton, Texas, which is just north of Austin. And we're talking about the Piranha. And ironically, one of the installers, he's interested in seeing the Piranha. And the reason why, 3 years ago, he had a door jam saw get away from him, just a standard plain Jane door jam saw. And it actually filleted his left hand at the palm all the way through his thumb. And it was an extremely serious injury, obviously. So when you look at this product, you look at the price, you know, price is not everything, safety is. And this is extremely safe tool. That ER visit alone was $10,000, and he almost lost his hand. So there's a place for this. And like I said, money's important, but safety's a lot more important. So just keep in mind in your presentations, anybody that's run a standard door jam saw, and I used to install, they will get away from you. And if you talk to them installers, you look at their thumbs, look at their hands, look at their knees, their thighs, they've gotten away from them before. Yep. So those guys that have had accidents are really interested in a product like this. So just keep that in mind.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that.
Good data, Keith. Thanks. And yeah, this is spring loaded, so that guard pops out immediately.
Yep. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it tipping over like some of the other competitors have that cutout corner where the blade's exposed all the time. You never have to worry about that. So.
Okay, I'm going to go to the video. Maybe. Mackenzie, it's not letting me minimize. There we go. Okay. I guess we got a lag here in the system. This is the corded version, but the functionality is exactly the same.
This is how you adjust the height. Now those measurements are centimeters, by the way. And this is cutting that expansion strip along the edge of your hardwood.
So that is the Piranha.
Spencer here, and welcome back to another episode of Insider Carpentry. In this video, I'm going to show you something you may not have ever seen before.
Hold on.
It's a method to cut off the bottoms of doors without.
Actually, I should have showed that because that has a lot more steps. Okay, and we will have Q&A at the end of this. So if you have any questions, you can put them in as we go, and we will answer them at the very end. So this is our powered strip cutter. Some of you may be familiar with our manual strip cutters. We have 3 different sizes on the manual ones. This is our battery operated one. Makes your job a lot faster. You set the width of the borders you want, whether you're doing stripes, a border around a conference table, what have you. It's going to cut every strip exactly the same. You don't have to get out a tape measure, straight edge, a knife, pencil. You're not having to mark anything. You set the width, you lock it in, and you can just cut all your strips. Cuts material up to 7 millimeters thick, so you can do some sport floors with it, providing it fits in the channel. It's about 1/4 of an inch. It does come with 2 batteries. Minimum runtime is 30 minutes. We say 30 minutes because that's worst case scenario. Hard material, thick material. If you're cutting thinner materials, 4 mil, 3 mil, it's going to last longer because it's less load on a battery, so it gives you more time. Again, all our batteries, 30-minute charge time. This is definitely a save time, make more money tool. Excuse me. It will cut up to 65 centimeters, so a little over 2 feet, so you can cut pretty large borders with it. Excuse me. Lastly, our new master groover functions very similar to the corded master groover, except the blade is on the opposite side. People that have run both say they really don't feel the difference, meaning the blade's on one side versus the other. Couple cuts, you get used to it. It has a center guide wheel. The corded groover has 1 wheel. This one has 4 of them. So it keeps it very flat. So if your floor dips, it's going to keep the same blade depth. If your floor rises, it's going to keep the same blade depth. What that does is it eliminates the hourglassing. So you're not going to see your welding rod get wider, narrower. It's going to be consistent all the way across the floor. Precise depth control. If you set it at 4 millimeters, it's going to cut 4 millimeters deep. If you cut it at 2, it's going to cut 2. It will cut a maximum of 6 millimeters deep. So it will work on any flooring that I'm aware of. It will cut deep enough for that. 1 battery will get you 820 linear feet of grooving. This machine does only come with 1 battery. That's just the way the program was set up for it. You can purchase additional batteries. RPM 5,000, it's constant. This groover has amazing dust pickup, and the reason for that is it's got 2 fans. It's got 1 on each side of the blade. So the pickup is great. You really don't need to hook it up to a vacuum. You can if you want to, but it's not necessary just because of the phenomenal dust pickup that it has. And it's nice that it doesn't have a cord, because if you're using a corded version, someone steps on your cord in the middle of a groove, it can jump on you and then affect your groove, and then now you're into doing a repair. Like all the other battery tools, it does come in a case, a plastic case, foam insulation in it, so it keeps everything in place. The only battery tool that doesn't come in a case, unfortunately, is the strip cutter. I should have mentioned that. just because it's so large, we couldn't find a case that would fit it securely. Still working on that though. These are all of our territory guys. Joe Lists handles the Pacific Northwest, as you can see by the color-coded map. Keith Bolin, who spoke already. Justin, who spoke also. Corey Dickerson covers the Midwest. And I cover the Southeast. Corey helps with the Southeast. And Justin dives into some of it up there in the north underneath Pennsylvania. Yeah, so we are open for questions.
All right, it looks like there's a couple questions. First one is, does the Piranha have metal jam cutting capability?
We currently do not have a blade for cutting metal door frames, but most of your metal door frames are mounted at the bottom, which doesn't allow to be cut. I have posed that question to Germany to see if that's an option. Right now, it is not an option.
All right, and then next question, are all the batteries interchangeable across the tools?
They are. The chargers are all the same, the batteries are all the same.
Awesome. So that's all there is for questions currently. If anyone else has any other questions, go ahead and submit them and we can get those answered.
No more questions?
Looks like that's it.
Okay. I'll leave the screen up for a few minutes. I'm not going to close it yet. You guys can write down the email addresses. So if you do have any questions in your regions, or you want to see a demo on the tools or any of our other tools, you can email the regional guys, you can email me, and we can get that set up. Okay, I'll leave it up for 2 more minutes. And I was corrected on the strip cutter. It's millimeters, not centimeters. Sorry about that.
I did the same, so don't feel bad. I thought he was correcting me.
All right, guys, we're gonna end this webinar. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy days to attend this, and hope to see you on the next one, which is in July on the Varial Silent Stripper.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Mackenzie. Appreciate you guys putting this together.
Thank you.
And thank those for attending also.